also known as Mr. Engagement. I'm coming for engagement. We're on episode 3. I need likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, 5-star ratings on wherever you get your podcast from.
Oh.
Came straight for all the engagement this week.
Okay.
And
Okay.
little did you know, also known as the Kid T Star Dropper. Hell yeah. We up. And it's a sidecast, baby. A show about games and the people who play them. I am going to pass to Ron. What you been up to, dog?
Yo, what's up? It's Ron, a.k.a. Future Box Failure, a.k.a. It's a Topolino time. Yeah, here we are. For those that are uninitiated, Topolino is what the Italians call Mickey the Mouse. So since last week, we booked our Disney vacation.
Okay.
We got a lot to talk about then.
All right.
Topolino time. Well, it just happened yesterday, so there's not that much to talk about.
I'm leaving in 10 days, so.
What?
Yeah.
For Disney?
For Disney.
Yeah. Topolino time!
Yeah.
Outside of that, no games outside of Mario Party Jamboree last Friday again, because we do Friday night games with the kiddo.
Okay.
Got smoked this week.
Oh.
My wife and daughter destroyed me. But I did notice more in this set of games that I played.
Mm-hmm.
It was all like they have a ton of mini games that are like not skill based whatsoever.
Okay.
So like it was all like press this button, and if nobody else presses this button, you win. There's no like, which drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, give me the skill based stuff. That's okay though. So yeah, they won. I mean, it makes it more fair, for that stuff, because some of the other stuff smoke them. And then obviously
he says with pride.
With pride. That's the only way to get better.
Gotta smoke the kid.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, my daughter won't let my wife and I play Mario Kart with her.
Mm.
Okay.
So, like if we don't play, she comes in first. If we do play, she's like 12th place.
Yeah.
Just because the computer's teching for us,
Right.
Instead of her, and she's just in the back.
Okay.
So she won't play with us.
Okay.
That's fine. I gotta win. I got to win.
Yeah.
But
I'm a firm believer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then played Pokemon with Tremaine and stuff this weekend. Played a future deck that I knew nothing about, which was a terrible mistake. I'm gonna keep playing it though because it's fun.
Right.
And Drew likes it too, so that's cool. I do love future Pokemon, but man, I just got smoked this weekend, so
All right.
it's all good. That was it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Real quick, my bad.
No.
I noticed you drinking a liquid death right there.
Oh, yeah? Oh. I'm going to say...
I didn't mean to call you out like that.
This first sip of this liquid death is...
First sip, you right?
The first sip really hits differently.
You're doing great.
I'm Drew, AKA Jinko Drew.
Oh, like the jeans?
Okay.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
No.
Maybe a little later.
A little earlier. Probably like 99 to 2000, and then immediately into girl jeans. Just went just was like, all right, I had all the jean, and now I want as little jean as possible.
Complete room to no room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of stayed in like a slimmer jean fit since the early 2000s. I don't foresee myself ever going back.
No more Jinkos?
No more Jinko Drew, unless Jinko gets into like the athleisure jogger wear.
That's fair.
Since that's pretty much exclusively.
It'd be like a Snuggie.
From
waist down.
Yeah, right?
Like Aladdin's pants.
I think they're back though. Like I think Jinkos are back.
They're
Kickwares too. Guys remember Kickwares?
I don't.
It was like the goth exclusive version.
Okay.
So and they were like made out of like black parachute material and then had extra straps.
I remember them, but I did not remember them.
Then they also had like a series of cargo pockets on the way down. So didn't get much time to like actually video game this last week. Did play some Balatro. Did have my best hand ever,
Nice.
which was a 2.84 E to the 12th power hand.
Oh, shoot, math.
That's
Yeah.
so much math.
That's
Yeah.
a scientific
Yeah.
calculator, dog.
Yeah.
You started saying numbers, and I literally just like dissociated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Big,
The lights
big.
turned on.
Number went big.
Number went big.
Number
Okay,
went
good.
big.
That works for me.
Yeah.
Show your work.
Yeah, I can actually if you want me to talk about this Balatro band.
Oh God, no.
And then in the physical gaming space, though, I got the rare opportunity to meet up with my board game group again. They usually meet on weeknights, and I'm here.
Yeah.
But Saturday night they put together a game of Eclipse, which is my all-time favorite, like space battler game. It's usually like a 4-hour minimum endeavor. Got to get that to the table probably first time since like 2002 and or 3. Or I'm sorry, 2022 or 2023. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Right.
I was still in Jinko time.
Right.
2022.
Fit in your pockets.
Yeah. No, it's a very big game. Very big box. It's a table hog. I mean, but six players. It's really cool. The most unique thing about it is the combat and tech system in it. So like one of the actions you can take is like research, and then the other action you can take is upgrading. And so you have like the main map, which is like a big hex map of space.
Okay.
And then you have like a player board, which has all your ship classes, your research tree, and then your ships all have slots. So you do like your science and research, kind of think of like an RTS, like where you would like, you research a ship, and then you research like the types of missiles that can go on that ship and the thing.
Okay.
And then you also go and you can take actions to buy the upgrades for those ships.
Okay.
So like as it's going on, you're building economies on planets, and then you're using that to research new technologies, and then you're going and actually outfitting your ships. You have to like power manage the ships and all that sort of stuff. And then combat is just like this handful of D6s that all represent the different weapons, right? So so you have like ions are red, antimatter's like red, missiles are blue. I'm saying some things wrong here, but like you basically have yellow, blue, orange, and red dice, and you just kind of like you roll all your missiles first, and it's like a one-time shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like initiative order, like plinking off your different lasers or your ion cannons or all that sort of stuff until like a ship gets destroyed. And then it's really cool. And then the best part about it is like at the end of a battle, you reach basically into like a blind bag of victory points.
Okay.
And based on how well you did in battle, whether you're the attacker or the defender, that's how many victory points you get to pull out and then draft from. You're just going to take one. Right.
Okay.
So so it kind of combats that thing especially in like war style board games where like being the defender just always sucks ass.
Right.
Like there's like the only thing that you get out of successfully defending is the board state is still the way you left it the last time you got a turn. Right. And so like, it's like, okay, great. Whew, you didn't completely screw me over. Right. But this time, like when someone is clearly going to engage in attacking you, it's like, all right, let's do it. Like I might wipe you out, and I might be the one that actually takes 8 out of the bag and gets to draft the 5 victory points from it. And so it's a really
defensive rolls and stuff too, or
it's just all like volleys of missiles and stuff back and forth, right? And so
ship style.
So that was really cool. That was kind of like extent of my gaming. I did after Pokemon when we played a little bit of casual. I did get a game in, which was very nice. Oops, All Dragons.
Nice.
Saw a little more action, but defeated a Charizard.
Nice.
Another dragon. It also, I also have Charizard in my Oops All Dragons deck. Yeah, just to be clear, my Oops All Dragons deck is not a Regigigas deck. Or Regidrago. Sorry, Regidrago deck. Because it does sound at face value like a Regidrago deck.
Oops, all dragons in the discard.
Yeah.
His dragons don't go to the discard, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oops, I threw away.
And I do have to come clean about something, everybody.
Yes.
I did open my liquid death before we started drinking.
You did?
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean, when you were over there, it went.
I know. I'm sorry.
didn't-
I hope
Blended right in.
I hope you
I
guys
thought
can.
you can't.
I hope you can forgive me.
I'm not sure that I can.
If we can
okay.
forgive Tremaine for finishing his and then knocking it over, or keep drinking out of it, I'm sure we can forgive you. I don't do that. I never do that.
I just don't think we need to bring it up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just waiting for everybody to upgrade to the 2 beverage.
Oh wow! I
station.
actually hadn't realized until you just pointed.
I'm waiting for the 2 beverage upgrade.
Wait a second. So was that open before everybody else?
No, it was opened after.
Oh, okay. All right.
She just went like.
I did not. I for fear of spilling it on myself, I did not dual open. However, I very quietly moved this and then brought it back.
Acquired the new points skill set.
Somebody run that
Dual
replay
open.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll find out in about 3 days.
Oh yeah, so I'm Rachel.
Oh, a word?
Yep. Oh fuck! I got nothing on an AKA.
That's okay.
We're gonna pass. AKA pass.
AKA pass.
Okay.
AKA pass.
My week was good. Gaming wise, you guys. I'm still in the thick of the Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Think of which.
But I'm in Toussaint. I'm in France.
Oh,
that's
okay.
where you get the shitty house that you get to doctor up.
Yes,
Got it.
yes. And it is just loaded with fucking vampires everywhere. There's that's the whole shtick in Blood and Wine. I think I mentioned last time is that it's very vampire driven story. So they're hard to deal with, which has been fun.
Still playing on Death March.
Yeah.
Or that's what's called, right?
I did get so pissed off today that I was almost like, you know what? I've done this so many fucking times. I'm gonna put it on Blood and Broken Bones. And then I beat the thing that I was dealing with. I was like, no, it's fine. I'm having fun.
That's fine.
It's fun. It's fun. No. I got really mad and almost turned into a petulant child about it.
Sometimes you gotta be like, let me just get past it.
And then I'll go back. And then I'll go back and it's fine. No, I did not do that, though the temptation was severely there. And we did not go back and play it much, but I want to go back to talking about Brothership for a second because because I meant to tell you guys last time and I forgot. When you look at the stats on Luigi, Mario,
Mario, Luigi, Mario.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at both of them, so you have gear that you can switch in and out, right?
Yeah.
To help you with your attack power. There's Stache Power, baby.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck it does. The stats don't specify what they each are connected to, other than just having stash equals power.
And who has, out of Mario and Luigi, who has more stash power?
I think it's Mario.
Okay, that I feel like that's okay.
I
feel like that's what I would, if I was going to spitball stash power.
I think it's Mario.
What is stash? Mustache power?
Stash power.
Stash power.
Yeah.
Like mustachio.
That's what I assume that's what we're talking
mustachio,
about.
yes.
Although it doesn't clarify, so.
I didn't know if it was a stash, a hoard of something,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a stash of.
The mustache,
Gotcha.
yes.
Oh, so is it STACHE? Okay, that would be the distinguishing factor.
Stash power, yes. And I don't know what the stat is, but I just remember opening the menu and going, "Fucking what? Stash power? What does it do?" I have no idea how to increase or change your stash power yet. If that is a thing, I'm hopeful that I will find something I can don to make stash power be my primary stat that is what kicks everybody's ass.
Yes.
That's the goal.
It would be amazing if, as you increase stash power, the mustaches just got larger and larger, and then eventually they're running around with this mustache like this, and their whole face is just gone.
I hope that you could equip stashes as a gear point.
Yes.
That's
what I'm hoping for too.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
what
thought you were
going
going to confirm it.
No,
so that you can have a toad with a stash.
That's what I'm hoping for. Because
I hope so too.
Which would actually follow suit because you can find new boots. You find and when you change the boots, it changes your boot stat, right? So
new boot goofing.
New stash goofing.
New stash goofing.
New stash goofing.
Yeah. New stash goofing.
Other than that, that's I think Yeah, I think that's all I got.
When you first mentioned Stache Power,
Yeah.
like in like the Discord, we talk about the show, you guys.
What?
Oh.
You guys talk about the show without me? Is that
outside
where you
of the
guys talked
show?
about opening the cans?
No. I put it in the Discord forever ago.
I thought it was
you
more
did?
Connor related.
Oh my gosh.
I genuinely thought it was more Connor related.
No.
And now this is
I put a GIF under there.
this is way more exciting.
No, you did put the Stache Power in the Discord. I remember.
Yeah, okay.
And you said no context.
Yeah,
Yep.
no.
Not
Okay, got
a
it.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about Stache Power.
Wait,
Nailed it.
nailed it.
Nailed
Okay. Okay, we got it.
I didn't forget at all.
Your boy been playing. Your boy been through some stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I lost to my father in bowling
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
by 2 pins twice.
Oh.
First game was 103 to 101,
Okay.
and second game was 115 to 113. And then we took him home, and I deleted his contact. I'm kidding. I love you. Love you, Dad.
Seriously, I'm not bowling with you anymore. That's your thing now.
But from a playing standpoint, I've been playing Kingdoms of Amalur, Re-Reckoning,
Okay.
Okay.
which is like the port from Xbox 360 to
Okay.
Xbox One or Xbox Series S and X. It was a game. It's based on the writings of R.A. Salvatore from the mind of the Spawn creator Todd McFarlane.
Okay.
It's like goofier looking Skyrim.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, goofy or how?
Goofier looking. It's like
Like-
y'all remember Toontown?
Toontown?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if that had like frostbite spiders.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
It looks like that.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's good.
Okay.
It just looks
When you say
like
from
it looks Disney-ish.
when you say from the mind of, then it doesn't sound like aesthetically he's like. Did he write it? What like?
If I should have looked this up. I
Okay.
remember like paying attention to it when I like re-downloaded
Yeah.
it. I was like, oh, R.A. Salvatore writing, blah blah blah. Todd McFarlane. I think he produced it.
Okay. Okay.
He's involved.
He's involved.
He's involved.
He put money towards.
He put
Okay.
And I'm a big Spawn fan.
I'm a big
Even
I'm a big
though-
Todd McFarlane fan.
Even
frankly.
though somehow, and I would, Michael J. White, I would love to argue with you. I don't understand how you don't like Spawn, and it kind of made your career. But we'll talk about that one other day. Anyway, but yeah, been playing that. Been fun. It's all about, like I said, it's RPG, similar to Skyrim, but the whole premise is you come back to life after being like thrown into the Well of Souls, which is just this guy's creation because he's in war with these elves, and they keep coming back to life,
Okay.
but regular people don't come back to life.
Okay.
So he made this to try to like end the war essentially.
Spawn. So the guy who created Spawn made a game about a
So he's
story
going-
where you go to hell
Yeah.
and then you come back and then
Yeah.
you come back. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
It checks
Cool.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It checks out.
It's in the same notebook.
Yeah.
The next page.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Miles Finch.
But that's kind of all I've been playing recently.
Okay.
I had to talk myself down because I wanted to I know the Nintendo Switch, like Nintendo Online with the expansion pack. Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had to talk myself down because I don't like that it only comes with like a year membership.
Mhm.
I was like, it would be cool. I know Switch 2 is probably around the corner. We'll talk about that. But I was like, it don't seem like the right time right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
It felt unnecessary just for me to play Super Mario 64 for no reason.
Mhm.
I mean, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of Switch,
Yeah.
let's switch on over.
Okay.
We're
We're gonna get that one. We're gonna get that one. We'll get some
Get
mileage
some
out of that.
mileage
Yeah.
out of it.
We'll get some mileage out of that
Gotta get
until
mileage out.
about June. It
Right.
sounds like.
Microsoft
Uh-huh.
announced that
Yes.
they will make some games,
Huh.
port some games
That's
to
strange.
Nintendo Switch 2.
It's weird.
That is weird. I feel like someone
like somebody-
talked
Somebody
about that
mentioned that we
on a
know.
podcast.
Did they talk about it?
Flip
What's it-
Spencer.
No, I don't remember
What's
it.
it called?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
But yeah,
Cast side.
Cast side. Cast side. It was that. It was
That's
that guy.
definitely
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
with AKA be Chum Bucket Thompson or something.
Chum Bucket Thompson. Chum Bucket Thompson. And Mr. Problematic.
They're not doing that great. We don't gotta worry about
Chum Bucket Thompson. Chum Bucket Thompson and Mr. Problematic is absolutely a morning talk show on some radio station. On a radio station that is
with
just
way too many things on their soundboard.
They're just holding on to the dream that radio's coming back.
Just slapping buttons.
Yeah.
But yeah, thoughts, everybody. It's a big announcement.
I mean, yeah, I am not surprised, obviously, but excited to see it. I mean, I think, the episode where we went over all that stuff, like, it's nice to see that come to fruition. And the Phil Spencer interview, like the follow-up interview to that announcement, I thought was really interesting because it's he really, really dug back down into that, like we're going to get Xbox games onto as many things as we possibly can. And that interview I was quoting was, I mean, I think like 5 or 6 years old at this point. And so to see that like that direction hasn't changed is really great.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think it really is. It doesn't mean anything the other way around. Like, it doesn't mean access to Nintendo any other direction.
No Donkey King on the export.
Yeah, well, I could see that happening. I could see that happening as like rare. Because of the rare tie.
That's fair.
I think because those are still rare developed games. I'm pretty sure.
And I think they just added, no, not just, but like a few months ago, like the Crash Bandicoot trilogy and Spyro both got added to Game Pass.
Yeah.
So it's not the craziest idea.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. If any Nintendo property is going to make its way over to Xbox, I do feel like Donkey Kong is the one that makes it there, just because of that rare tie, as like a Nintendo saying, like, yeah, you know what, you guys own Rare now. We, we worked with them and
they'll just re-release another Donkey Kong for the 8th time.
Right. Yeah. It could be that. Right. It could just be that. It could be like
yeah.
But
I would like to see if this, like, because I mean, obviously we talked about the Switch running Halo, essentially, right?
Yeah.
The Master Chief Collection and all that stuff. But it's like, will this actually, like, this Microsoft move, if we could play Game Pass on the Switch too?
Yeah.
Like cloud. Like cloud game. But like that would be dope. I mean, that's why I'm going for the Steam Deck. But like,
I don't suspect that that's out of the realm of where they're heading. I'm not going to say that that's absolutely happening.
They're absolutely going to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll talk for you. They're absolutely going to do it.
Whoa! Hey, weird.
Ventriloquist. Don't check where the arm is.
Where the arm is a surprise to all.
Yeah.
Work your mouth like a puppet. Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
But, yeah. It is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was quoting Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Quote, leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a really strong possibility. I mean,
it's the first place my brain went was.
I think that'd be
is that out of the realm of possibility?
I would assume that the Switch 2 is going to have a more robust Wi-Fi card in it, because the Switch 1 proper is I mean, I'm sure the lights are probably better, but my original Switch is awful. I walk a little too far away from the router, and it's like, this is done.
Yeah.
I no longer work.
And don't have separate APs in your house for it to switch over from as you go to like different areas of your house.
5 gig or whatever.
Because if it has to actually connect to a different access point,
forget it.
It won't do it. You have to turn the Wi-Fi off. So if I like boot it up in my office and walk to my bedroom, it's still connected to the access point on the literal opposite corner of my house. And it's like, you have no signal. I'm just like looking at this disc that is above my bed going like, really?
Right.
Really?
It's pounding a Wi-Fi signal.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. And so, I hope it would have to. I would venture to guess that's been the limitation all along on the game, on like the Nintendo. Nintendo has no reason not to let that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no reason for them to not say like, actually, you know what? Yes, you can stream any Xbox game on your Nintendo Switch.
Right.
It gets them
Via Game Pass.
via Game Pass.
Right.
Not a fool.
You know.
Please don't.
So I think I suspect that will happen. I think that's why we're talking about Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're talking about all that sort of stuff. And those will be there will probably be like a specific checksum that it runs to go like, are you on a Switch? Then you can download this game.
Right.
And then if not, like
This
streaming only, right? So yeah, I think that's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's great news. And then the kind of the tail end of that interview that wasn't like Switch specific, but it was just basically them saying like, stay tuned for this year because we're going to have a lot more. Now, obviously, we got a lot of game announcements that I think we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But they seem to indicate that they also have a lot more to announce on the face of like what does it mean to like Xbox game moving forward.
Right.
And so I suspect this is probably a year of a Xbox proprietary handheld, and then also probably like them saying like, we don't care, just like I
want everyone to play games.
Yeah, I think like
our games.
Yeah, I think Xbox might be doing like the inverse of a Sega and going like, we don't give a shit if we stop making consoles.
Right.
Like, and because like, do they have to in today's space like anymore? Do they really, really have to, or is making like a thing fine and just going like, but you just play it on whatever you like Steam's doing, Valve is doing just fine with that model of going like, we have a game delivery method, and also we make games, and also like we make a few devices that you can play games on, but we don't like. It doesn't matter if if it's not our device.
Right.
Just play games, buy them from us, and play them, please.
Yep. Yeah. Just don't do a console. Console specific things, the add-ons, the things that we hate. What are they called?
Oh, exclusives?
Exclusive. Don't do console exclusive. Like, well, you can play it on any handheld, but if you play it on the Xbox handheld, you get this.
Right.
No, I suspect it'll be like optimized for the Xbox handheld, which will mean like whatever that means, right?
They're not PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, they even, at the end of that interview, he even talked about it. He was like explicitly like redoubled down and committed on like all the Call of Duty stuff, saying like, hey, we're committed to day and date release on Call of Duty on PlayStation. And then like he talked about like, and I won't even go into quote them because I don't remember what they were, but there were some pretty surprising titles that like our Xbox exclusive stuff now, and that coming out of like Blizzard and Activision and being like, and they will be coming to PlayStation just a little bit later in the year.
Well,
like
Diablo.
Huh?
Diablo 4 was one of them.
Diablo 4 was one of them. You're right. Now that you said that. Yeah. So it's, I mean, I think that's a cool commitment. If they follow through to it, I think that's really cool.
We need more gamers like that.
Xbox
in people
reminds me of like the rich kid who had all the things, and everybody went over to their house.
Richie Rich?
But like, they didn't really like him.
Yeah.
They just showed up to play Doom every now and then. I won't talk to you tomorrow. Well, like, I'll be over Friday.
You still got that Xbox?
You still got that?
Right.
But
hey Ted, did you pick up that new Xbox game? No, I haven't got it yet. Or I'll call you next week.
Yeah.
Oh, did you get that GameCube yet? No.
No. I gotta go.
Let me know when you do.
I want to show you something on it.
No. But moving from Xbox, continuing on, the Direct.
Yeah.
Was a while. Even going like to piggyback off the previous conversation, those all also said PlayStation release date. If I remember correctly.
There was one or 2 that weren't on PlayStation, but they were all on Game Pass and PC.
Day one, right?
Day one, yeah.
Yeah. So we got Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Doom.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which is already out,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I played 3. I want to go back now and play them all. But I played 3. 3 pretty great. Difficult combat. I'm not good at combat systems.
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just
It's too much.
there's something different
For my
about the
tiny
Ninja
brain.
Gaiden games though. 'Cause, I'm not into like Dark Souls and like anything like that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden had it. Like it was the right kind of movement for me, and like it just made sense. I don't even remember which one I played. It was definitely, I don't know if it was on the 360. I think it was on the 360, or maybe when I first got my Xbox One. I don't know which one it was.
Do you
All I know
remember
is that
a
I-
large spider robot.
No.
Okay, so it wasn't 3.
All I remember is that I would hear the flail sounds in my sleep.
Okay.
Remember, like the like just over and over in my head. Like I can hear it. I can hear it now. It's the chain flail. Man, I played a lot. It was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked.
Did you get a vibe from that trailer that they're leaning more into like the Souls-like hype for this 4th one, or no?
It's
Or did
still
it feel?
looks
It
like that.
felt. It felt
It looked and kind of felt like Ninja Gaiden.
good.
What I did get like a Dark Souls kind of vibe from that South of Midnight game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
it's can't be that bad.
it
does look
It
fun,
can't
though.
be that bad, but it definitely fit the vibe.
Yeah.
Like of like, do you mean when you say it can't be that bad? Do you mean like
The difficulty.
the difficulty? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
I didn't know if you meant like from a perspective of whether or not you liked those games, like, oh, it can't be that bad, or like, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
It can't be as hard.
It can't
Right,
be.
yeah.
But you mean as hard? Like, okay.
Well, it doesn't seem like a game like that they would be specifically trying to make it as complicated and difficult as possible. Where Dark Souls is like, how much harder can we make this?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if that's what they're going for there. I mean, but obviously it can be more difficult. But it does. Again, I really like the kind of that stop motion feel, and like again, the soundtracks on all of these games that were in the direct.
Mhm.
Are so
Yeah.
good. Like
Yeah.
I'm so pumped to just listen to them with like a good pair of
This
headphones.
is definitely a head.
It's
headphone
gonna be
sound
good.
game for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially Doom.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but like what's the one called that we were just talking about?
South of Midnight. That's,
South of
Yeah.
Midnight. But that one's like in like the deep south, kind of whatever. So you have it's. I mean, they're all so different too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
Very
So like
different,
it's like
Yeah.
it looks super dope. That one's like a weaving, like it has like these weaving skills, and she's like some kind of weaver.
so
it looks
cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely pumped to play that. Also, that's on Game Pass in April, I
Yeah.
think.
I think that one outside of Ninja Gaiden Black, right? I think that one is the soonest one coming out,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it was like April 5th
Yeah.
or something like that.
and I think Doom's right behind it.
April 18th or
Yeah.
There's one on the 18th too. So
I think Doom is in.
no,
Doom
it's
is
in
May
May.
15th.
Is in May.
Yeah, because that was like a week before my birthday.
I wrote that one down. 'Cause I was like, that one is day one.
Doom is first part of the year
Yes.
or first half of the year.
And that one's called Doom.
The Dark Ages.
It's
Yeah.
a prequel to
Doom's 2016.
2016.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of like the way they kind of explain it, like it's a good entry point to
For a
go
new
back to Doom
Mhm.
16
Yeah.
and Doom Eternal.
Gotcha.
But
But they did say it was more of like a not slower play, but you're more of like this tank. You're a tanky boy instead of like this. It's less about mobility and jump shooting, and more about just getting into the trenches,
Just
punching
kill
shit in the
things.
face.
Yeah.
And
a
Sounds
lot
dope.
of, it was melee focused.
It's
Yeah.
very melee
Okay.
focused. They had like the like heavy maces, and then they had like the shield looks dope. I'm
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
excited for
Is all
Captain
that
America
matters.
Yeah.
with a chainsaw shield that it looks dope. And did you
I'm
see
going
in
to use it too much.
did you see in some like I thought I saw it like where they were actually like throwing it, and then like he pulled himself to the shield.
Yeah.
So like it's
Yeah.
another like kind of movement.
Well,
It's like a grapple hook
Right,
sort of
yeah.
scenario.
So I think
Right.
they focus on, cause it's all been go walk forward and shoot things.
Mhm.
This one actually had like a map for
Yeah.
exploration,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I think will be a great addition.
Right. Because there's secret areas and stuff that you can level up and find.
Secret areas, hordes, and different places, dig for caves.
Since the Doom relaunch or Doom Doom 2016, they've done such a good job with map exploration and all that sort of stuff, but it has Doom 2016 and then Doom Eternal really ramped up it was never From Software difficulty, but it was I likened it almost to a puzzle game. Yeah. There was the room is set up in a way for you to it's either going to be extremely difficult or there is a solution to the way that everything is set up in this room that makes it work, right?
So you can either head on it or stealth option, But
It's not stealth. It's double dashing and shooting and grappling and then and then shotgun blasting into the face. But but you
don't have to go through the horde.
And then, because you always have to always have to clear everything out to progress forward, right? But staying on the ground was kind of your enemy in those games. Yeah. You could do it. You could power through with this power-ups or certain, weapon modifications. But it was all about how good do you grapple? How good do you how good do you double jump? How do you double and then clamber? Or, because I think was it in both of them, or at least in Internal? I know that you could just put your hands into the wall to fucking Doom guy stuff. Right, but it's cool to see him go okay, we're gonna do kind of the same thing, flatten it back down at least at the onset. It looks like, and really focus on that that tank of the other approach, right?
Yeah. I like the stuff that I was seeing too, with the projectiles, where some of them were red and some of them were green, and the green ones you could deflect with the shield and parry and hit it back and stun. I'm okay, that's cool, because then they were saying that it kind of gave those old school Doom vibes, with the slow moving projectiles, and you can kind of weave in between them and then still fight it kind of looked like that, but also the mech. The mech and the dragon. And the dragon with the Gatling gun on it, dude. Yeah. Oh, man, it's good. Yeah.
May 15th is going to be a great day.
I mean, and then talking about soundtrack, I'm really excited to see what they do with the soundtrack in this one. 2016 and Eternal, the way they wove the soundtrack of that game, those games into those games was so good. That elevator thing that happens in 2016 where you wake up, you put the helmet on, it's look left, look right, okay, you're ready to go. Then you just get in and I think it just hands you a shotgun. Right. You're loading it, you go up, and then the doors open and just breakdown happens, and you cock the shotgun and breakdown. It's hell, and you're all right, let's fucking go. It does something to your body where you're okay, I gotta murder things now.
Fight response. And it's fight every time.
And it's fight, and I'm already wired that way, so it quadruple wires me that way to where it's just I'm just okay.
Where's your adrenaline levels at? Here? Let's put them here. Here's a weapon.
So I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see what they do there. And then I have a weird personal tie back to id, and especially I was sharing with you guys the concept design and that's happening there now. So I'm excited to see the success that they're seeing there, and congratulations to Colin and all of his team and everybody that's making cool stuff over there. So I'm glad to see that those are taking off and that they continue to just be phenomenal.
There's still a couple of moments especially with music and needle drops, and I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the Halos. Remember the Halo that you had the scorpion on the bridge? And was it the Hoobastank song? There was a song that dropped when you got on that bridge. And I still remember the feeling when the song dropped. I mean, it's Hoobastank. Whatever.
Sure.
But the song, it was just it was just the perfect moment with this song, and I can still remember it. That was one of the main gaming moments that I tie that music to.
Yeah.
I mean, Doom is just over and over, and you get it, and it pumps the adrenaline. But that was one of those things where I was just oh yeah, I remember that. So now every time I hear that song, if it comes up in a playlist or something, I'm just like, Scorpion on Bridge!
Yeah. Those like, there's a word for it, and I can't possibly remember it right now off the top of my head.
We're not scientists.
Yeah, there is a word for that, like, that tie that music makes to points and times in your life. And it's like, and you're like super susceptible to it in your teenage years, which is why like there's such a repeating pattern for people that like they like love the music that came out when they were like in their late teens, because it's like tying to that psychosomatic like part of their brain. But like events like that happen where it still gets its hooks in, and it's just like, oh, that's what this song is forever now, right? Like, or that's what this chord progression is forever.
Makes sense, because like, isn't that the age where your love map is being built too, right?
Yeah.
So like things that strike you really deeply personally at that age are gonna just like, they're with you. Yeah. And it's probably just like you're ready for it. So whatever that pathway is for that music to be connected. Yeah.
And ready.
That's why I love Adele to this day.
Adele? Hell yeah.
Because of the music, or because she was in this super dope video game segment?
Both.
If it was a game that we were going to put Adele in, what game would it be, Tremaine?
The Sims 5.
There it is.
Sims 5. Ooh, when's that coming out?
Dear God, I want it tomorrow.
Just to be sure, keep me honest on this.
Okay.
The Sims 4 has been out for like 20 years now, right?
It's a long time.
Okay, I just want to be like, because in my brain,
yes,
like I was in college when Sims 4 was out.
It's been a very long time.
Okay.
Then EA did
they did an EA.
They did an EA. So, like to your point, it's been out for a long time. They're like, hey, we're not gonna make 5, but like here's free. Here's The Sims 4 for free now.
Okay.
Why? Why?
Right.
Doesn't this make it better?
No.
Oh.
It feels good, right? No.
Everybody who wanted it already has it. There's no point to make it free.
Yes.
But now, give us all the money for the DLC, please.
I think that also worked, by the way. Like I think the
Sims more DLC.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
I think it brought a ton of new players to Sims 4 and gave that life in a way that was like, because I remember that was probably like 5-ish years ago. Might have been pandemic time too.
I think they played it smart.
Yeah, and they might have been like, hey, you're locked in your house. What if you made a house in your house?
Remember The Sims?
Yeah.
Remember? You used to play it?
Yeah.
Remember, you used to play it.
I did make a house in my house at 30.
Yeah.
But it ends up being...
And then I was really upset.
Yeah, my backyard is amazing. I love my backyard, but it is the exact problem of what happens when you lock people in their house and they're playing nothing but like House Sims and Animal Crossing, and then you let the world open up again. And I was like, I can do that in the real life. And then I've dug a giant hole, and I'm like, I'm going to fill it with water and make it a koi pond. Oh God, I have to take care of this now.
Now they are coisicles because it is 0 degrees outside.
Coisicles.
Yeah.
What do you know about coisicles?
What? Yeah, it's weird that like so much of that happened during pandemic. Like what the draw was to being like, yeah, I guess.
EA's just like these guys will buy anything. They're like Noah from Noah's Arcade. The kids just kept pumping quarters in there. The thing is, you can't get to the last level. You hate this world. I got it.
I
don't hate it.
She hates it.
It's just not my favorite Mike Myers work.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair. I think it can. That's fair.
I will put Austin Powers first every time.
I'm with you on that.
And also, it's my least favorite Dana Carvey work. And my favorite Dana Carvey work is actually also his worst work. I love The Master of Disguise, dude.
Oh yeah.
But it's so shit.
Oh man.
It is garbage. But the Turtle Man, dog?
The amount of times in a week I say, "Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?" for you is.
He was supposed to be Italian, right? In that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was Italian and like big butts.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
He could not lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Circling back. It was my fault. I got off topic.
Well, no, I mean, so what's interesting about like the Xbox thing, the Xbox announcements, and then like talking about Nintendo and them, congratulating Nintendo and all that sort of stuff. You called it a direct, and I think Xbox also called it a direct.
It was developer direct.
Developer direct, right?
Yeah.
And so like.
This feels very Nintendo.
Well, yeah. Jump back like almost 10 years ago now when E3's still a thing, right? And like Nintendo's like, no, we're not going to come this year. And it's wait, what? And everybody's like, you can't do that, right? And they're like, we're going to do a Nintendo Direct during, and I don't know exactly what year that was, but it feels 10-ish years ago now. And then they came back to E3 and had like a physical booth presence. And now we live in a post E3 game announcement landscape.
Right.
And Nintendo's just been going strong with the directs for 10 years now, or every bit of that. And so it was funny to see this called like an Xbox developer direct, and it's like Nintendo made that as far as my perspective of game announcements and game realities, it was a very Nintendo was the one that we're just going to talk to you directly about what's coming out when we want to.
It's more accessible.
And on in a weird, the way it was designed, it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there watching it to write down my notes, do research, blah, blah, blah. But I was I got hooked into it. I put down my computer. I was this is fucking
well, it's because they were all actual segments with actual film and cinematography crews, and they all had,
it wasn't just a dude on the stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and because E3 got weird, because E3 was, if you go back and look at the 90s E3 stuff, it sucks. And I don't mean, it wasn't as cool. I mean, it's gross. It's like, hello, businessman, do you like scantily clad women? It's that vibe, right? Okay. And because it was always supposed to be,
I feel unsafe.
Yeah, it was always supposed to be this, business. Electronics. It was an expo, right? And it was supposed to be for business insiders, and it was supposed to be. And at that point in time, gamers weren't running game companies. Business people were running game companies. Right. So it was and then you have the late 90s where games journalism existed. They're starting to be invited. You have people that were gamers raising up into it, but it still has this pedigree of this is a business event for business people. And so you had this the absolute worst combination cross section of those two, which was just what if it was game women scantily clad? And you're like, oh no, what are we doing? And so it then evolved into being this customer facing, but also we're having a gaming insider thing, right? And so everybody's favorite gaming, journalists would go into back rooms and see the back room stuff. Right. Yeah, no, quite literally back rooms. Yeah.
Not front rooms.
Not front rooms. There was the expo hall where you could buy a ticket and walk around. And then there was okay, go up to hotel room 316 and somebody will have a fucking janked up new Xbox.
With scantily clad women! Oh, jeez.
I was gonna say
it's been a wild episode for you, Ron.
I was gonna say, and that's where you'll play Cyberpunk. But then I realized, and that would be an Xbox with scantily clad women on it. So yeah, that was how it kind of evolved, and then they couldn't find their footing from there, and because it was trying to be both things, right? Xbox and PlayStation and all these companies were trying to put a customer-facing thing to an auditorium that was 50% excited nerds that just had a pass to get in there, and 50% people deciding where they put the business check money. And it's like, that's not the same presentation, right? One's looking for a PowerPoint and the other one's looking for what these directs feel like. And I think I've never been on the industry insider side for like what the value of like maybe small studios being able to pitch their game to like people with checkbooks is like, right?
Sure.
So like that might be lost right now, and that sucks. Like we got to figure out a way for that. I mean, obviously, like in my brain, Kickstarter and things like that are kind of that space, but that's still more like making you gamer nerd excited to pay $250 into something instead of one, like large pockets McMoney bags going like here's $250,000. Oh, I'm sorry. Large pockets McMoney bags.
It's gonna be pocket McMoney bags.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, I'm sorry. So that part sucks. But I mean, on the fan side of things, this new landscape is fucking phenomenal, right? Yeah. Like, it's better to not have to wait to get them trickled out throughout the year, like, and like you said, like a production quality that's like trailers and here's this is cool, and
they peel back the behind the scenes a little bit, kind of see like I like, especially like there was what was the one game, was it
Expedition 33?
Yeah,
that one
looks cool. Yeah, but again, it was like looking at like the like they're behind the scenes and how it's just a couple of people like trying to figure this shit out, and then they're like, oh, he did this, and then the notebooks are flying, the ideas are flying, and then 4 years of blood and sweat.
It gave the game development a story.
Yeah, that's what it really
of the story.
They're
like, oh, these guys were friends in college. He was working at another company. He was like, I have this idea for this game. Can you code for it?
Dude's like, I quit.
I quit my job. Right there.
Yeah.
It humanized games.
Yeah.
There's people behind these games.
Exactly.
Is what we're saying.
Right.
People behind the games, especially in a small studio like that one was, where it wasn't, here's just all this money.
Right.
Yeah.
These are regular people who wanted to make something fun for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah.
And the game does look pretty dope. It's set in like some kind of like French
like a
I don't know how to say.
Can't remember how to describe it.
French what?
Well, like it's French.
Yeah.
So there's lots of like all the stylings and stuff are very French.
Oh, like the decor.
The decor very French. Yes. Okay. Let's dial accent back. That's terrible. I don't have one of those. But no, it looks really cool. And then again, a lot of the art and like color palettes in some of these areas were just super dope. So like watch it. And again, music totally different than the other 3 games that were there. And it's like, dude, all of these, like, I just want to sit here and listen to all these soundtracks. But that one was like that was a turn-based.
It's a turn-based RPG,
right?
But it has quick time events in the turn,
right? So you can actually parry or like whatever in time. So like it's not just hit a button, attack, hit a button, like block, whatever.
Hit a button, wait for your turn.
Right. Yeah.
Get hit by.
There's some intermediary steps that
you can block.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
cool.
Yeah,
I like
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
But like all of like the cinematic things that they had going on in that, like during like the attacks and stuff, where like one person's grabbing this guy and then you're hitting an A button or whatever, and then they're launching this guy in the air and then you're hitting A again. And if you time it just perfect, then you're hitting critical damage or something like that.
Almost not to liken back to Brothers, but like it feels Paper Mario-esque in the giving you that like, okay, you've now selected your attack. Now it's gonna happen,
right?
But how well it happens is how well you play the game.
Cool.
Yeah, that is a cool concept.
That is cool.
It's a little more engaging because I know, I know they were trying to like bring in a lot of JRPG kind of vibes with the game for sure, and like all the attacks and stuff is very obvious.
Yeah.
But having that aspect of it would actually like. If it didn't have that, I probably wouldn't play it, even though it looks super dope. Like it's just like I don't like turn-based games. But having like that little extra thing and then all the crazy cinematic movements and the story that like they were telling seems super dope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I really want to see how this game plays out.
And the map. Did you see the map?
Yeah. It's like one of those old school 3D maps like that like Final Fantasy and stuff used to have. So you can still traverse you can kind of traverse the maps, but like it's kind of scaled down, but like you're traveling for areas, but it's still very large.
Oh, cool.
Whatever.
Very cool. Yeah. Wait, I have a quick question.
Go.
Yes.
You are not into turn-based games, which is fine. Have you considered or already done this thing, which is make an exception for Baldur's Gate? Have you thought about it?
I think I would like Baldur's Gate.
I think it might.
I think the problem with Baldur's Gate is the sheer size of Baldur's Gate
That is
and
fair.
how much space it takes up on a.
It is quite fucking huge.
Yes. Like, well, let me delete all my family's photos.
Yeah. Who needs those anyway?
Right, yeah.
And then maybe.
Right.
If the
Well,
computer
with an
doesn't catch
external
the house
hard
on fire.
No.
Hey, listen, all those wiener shaders need a lot.
Right.
You know,
Scantily clad women. No, it looks super dope, and that one has like the like you're rolling dice, right?
So
For some aspects of it.
all aspects of it. Yeah.
It is 5th edition.
Yeah.
To the best of its ability to be put
I would
into
enjoy
a video game.
Roll for jiggle physics.
Roll for just yes.
Yes.
Roll for that one.
I was just curious because like I also typically don't play a lot of turn-based things, and my friend was like, "Try making an exception for Baldur's Gate."
Sure.
And I'm like, that was fantastic. That's just
I totally would.
I didn't mind
Is it still a very like linear story, or is it just like pick like
Oh,
the path
it
to
is.
branches
Baldur's
1,000
Gate
different ways?
3. Baldur's Gate 3 at least has. I mean, yes, there are certain places you have to go to fire events, but like, there's a bazillion different things. There, I think one of my friends and I were just talking about this. How many endings there technically are to Baldur's Gate, and it is in the thousands.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It might even be in the tens of thousands.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking for like a one.
And yet it's still still not enough.
Right. Yeah.
Not for me. I'm not a Baldur's. What they've done in the Baldur's Gate, like I am appreciate Baldur's Gate from afar, almost in the same way I'm a appreciate From Software stuff from afar sort of person. It's fantastic. What they're doing is fantastic. And everybody I know, except for me, I am the outlier here. This is not this is absolutely an outlier. Yes, please do.
Fine.
It misses the one component of D&D. It's so D&D that it just makes me go, I wish I was playing D&D.
I understand
And
that.
so that's the problem with it for me.
Sure.
That makes sense.
I think if you don't play any D&D, it's perfect.
Okay.
I mean,
And I think if you do play D&D, by and large, universally for all of the people I play D&D with, they love Baldur's Gate.
yeah.
It's just the way my brain is wired. Every time I do something in Baldur's Gate, I'm like, this is good in a D&D session. I don't want it in a video game.
Right.
Right? So in a video game, when I go to attack something, I would like to attack that thing, right? And then like quick time event or the timing and skill or just whatever that happens. I do not want for me to attack a thing and then the system will roll a dice and then determine whether or not like
Natural one.
whether or not that attack succeeds.
Right, yeah.
That's fair.
Swing the sword, arm falls off.
At a D&D table, I love for that to happen because now I get to completely pivot, right? Or the GM gets to completely pivot because it's so much that like collaborative storytelling thing that's happening.
Yeah.
And this is playing a story that's been written for you. It's kind of the same reason that like I'm not I'm almost exclusively a homebrew D&D player.
Sure.
Right? I'm not as interested in playing someone else's story with someone else's characters in a manner that I was supposed to. And whether or not we're going to succeed or I'm like there's a big door. You guys should go in this big door. Yeah, let's go talk to that guy.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
But tell me more about the barmaiden. I don't know. She's wearing, red dress or something. Yeah. What's her name?
And now she's a main character. That's. I think
part of the fun of the improv.
It's part of the fun of it, and so that's why for me, Baldur's Gate doesn't hit. But I don't. If that is not your thing, like universally, I think everybody absolutely thinks that thing rocks. That's just like my only giant asterisk is that like I bounced off of that game in like 35 minutes going
Right, yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just
I'll do
gonna
that
get
at a
my
table.
dice out, It'd be cool if you could take a physical dice into a actual controller, and then you can roll it, and then it would roll. It would just accept it on the screen. So that it wasn't, so that the computer wasn't lying. But then I guess you could lie to the computer, then be like, D20.
Actually, it was nat 20.
Yeah.
Wasn't gonna be in that.
Like a webcam mechanic though, where you had to roll into a dice tray
that'd be cool.
and then
and then just like stare at it and look at the webcam like, I'm sorry.
This year, Logitech.
I don't think it's like impossible, like a Bluetooth die.
No, that wouldn't be.
No, they already have like Bluetooth dies that can tell what they landed on.
Yeah.
I think that's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
But you could still just set it up.
right.
And
Right.
it's rolling. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna make it a 17 this time to throw it off.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about my 5-year-old daughter and playing roll dice games.
I didn't know I was at a table for life. I thought we were honest gamers. Really, I knew everybody. I don't know
that.
No,
I think hurt.
I like being more of a rogue. I think.
No, I think that I'm.
So it was just a curiosity. I wasn't sure if you'd ever played it or had considered making taking a stab at it because it has been so popular.
Yeah.
And
no, honestly, I didn't even know that it was turn-based. I just knew that it had the dice mechanic, whatever, and I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, even with the old Pokemon games, I would still get bored from time to time. I'm just like, okay, I need to like put this down.
Yeah.
Because I just can't. I can't do this and this and then, like, okay,
Yeah,
I get that.
I like the strategy of turn-based in a lot of different interactions. So I'm like actually I like turn-based stuff. I play a lot of turn-based stuff, but
well, I think that's the difference, right? Yeah. So now you're playing the game more for the strategy and how you take the steps to get where you need, instead like where I like to play games like Doom and stuff, where it's just like, just give me a big weapon, I'm gonna hit everything.
Just let me fucking at him. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm never the guy to do the thing you're supposed to do. I'm never gonna lead.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
I'm attacking every time.
Yeah. Yep. No, I'm with you. I'm with you there. My Pokemon do not learn defense. My Pokemon do not learn defensive moves.
Absolutely not.
I said there's a strategy. I didn't say that it was complex. It's come out the gate swinging. Yeah. Remember earlier when I said there's not much flight to that whole fight or flight response? That goes for Pokemon training too. Yeah.
Never gonna leave.
Yep.
You want to be your very best, like no one ever was.
Yeah.
Lift all this weight.
So all of your Pokemon are just the Pikachu crying over Ash Ketchum. Is that what?
And their arms
Every
are just
single
like
battle.
gigantic. They all have huge shoulders. Just walking around. Megachew. Volcachew.
There's There's a XY era Penny Arcade. Anybody Penny Arcade people?
Oh, I do remember Penny Arcade.
Penny Arcade is still around. PAX. You guys are familiar with PAX, like PAX Premiere. Yeah. That's Penny Arcade Expo. Comes from a community of gamers that were built around a webcomic, effectively. And so they did serialized. It's got to be going on 20-some years now that they do one a week, or maybe 2 a week. Anyway, around XY, there was a comic that they did where one of the characters, they're loosely based on their own personalities, but one of the characters was like, it's really interesting that the negative organization, or that the evil organization in XY is like worried about Pokemon's rights and like what it means to like capture and like that they're really delving into the like, no, it's really great in the balls. Like they're like, it's like a perfect habitat for them inside of there, and they shrink down and they got all the room in the world.
It's like Hermione Granger's
and
bag.
and they do all stuff, and like XY's like an animal liberation front, and the other character other character is like, I don't give a shit about my Pokemon's well-being. Right. My Pokemon he's like my Pokemon have like one thing. It's really good. The final punchline to it is I load a Pokemon in the chamber, and then I pull the fucking triggers. That is kind of my fucking Pokemon strategy, though, is like, if my Pokemon has a defensive move or a stat boosting move, we're going to go ahead and unlearn that, and you give me whichever one is either fast or hits hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's two. You're going to get 2 fast and 2 hits hard. And
Charizard learned Hydro Pump. Standing there with the fire hose.
Man.
Speaking of Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
To move, out of the video game world into my TCG corner is what I do.
Oh, okay.
I got fire on just so. Damn, I lost my seat. Yo,
we talking about San Antonio? We talking about San Antonio?
San Antonio.
Okay. I just got hyped with you. You had corners and guns and
Guardy.
Henry Chow.
Yeah.
Similar to the Charizard conversation last week, back on top.
Yeah.
Thought he was out.
Yeah.
Never out.
Never out.
God damn.
Well, Henry Chow just won a couple regionals ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that one?
I couldn't tell you which regional it was, but it was,
Yeah, it was just a couple. It was just a few ago. Like U.S. ones, right?
Yeah.
It was a U.S. one.
Mm-hmm.
But his that Guardy list was running like rare candies, and this one didn't have the candies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I watched his match against All Out Blitzel.
Mm-hmm.
So like he played him like the master of Pidgeot control.
Yeah.
So that was that getting in there, and then he faced again Palkia Terapagos.
Yeah.
So but again, like we were talking before, the top 8 was Terapagos, and then there was a Palkia Terapagos, there was Snorlax, there was Pidgeot Control, Raging Bolt, Charizard was one of them, and then Gardevoir.
Yeah.
Every a whole different field of whatever.
Yep.
It wasn't 6 Regidragos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is almost like it's a game based on luck sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
What?
No.
Yeah.
Are you?
Top deck?
No.
Yeah.
Hi,
It
Tom.
is.
I hate to call it out.
Of course it is.
I like to see that, though. I mean, we
Yeah,
talked
also
about
it's
it. We touched base. And yes, a lot of lists have a Dusk Noir, line in them, or 1 or 2, and that's okay though. Like that's part of we got the Magneton that it blows itself up and gives a prize card for a thing. I suspect we'll probably see some more cards that start to do things like that. Like, hey,
now I think we've realized it obviously doesn't guarantee a victory.
No.
Right,
It's an annoying card. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
But it doesn't guarantee you anything.
No. I mean, anything where you have to give your,
Right.
anytime you're giving your opponent a point to do something, right? Like, you're giving your opponent 1/6 of their prizes to do a thing. You're going to have to capitalize on that, right? Like, it's gotta be worth it. And we notice now too, like, people pushing down to 1 prize, like, getting themselves to 1 prize over, like, because they won't blow up the Dust Noir, right? Like,
or they will.
Yeah. But it does. There's different ways to deal with it, and people learned it, and it was a problem for like through a month, and then everybody's like, okay, well, I'll just either put it in mine, or we'll start to tech out of it, and nothing substantially changed since it hit the scene, and everybody's like, we gotta ban it, and
I'd rather have Dusk Noir than Budu, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, Budu's going to be the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see Budu. It's going to be 1,000,001 Budu decks, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Budu Frostlass.
and then,
Look at you, Brock.
and everybody will be like, "Oh my god, I hate this." But like, I think Budu's got more hype than it's going to actually. That 30 HP is not a lot.
A lot of things take that out.
Yeah.
A lot of things to take that out.
Without the need of an item.
In need of an item, there's lots of things that can put 30 onto the bench without the need of an item. So like yes, it'll see a lot of play. It'll see a lot of play in like 2 weeks, and then for like a month-ish from there, and then that one card that everybody's been discarding, going like this thing was never useful, be the counter to it that's in everybody's deck. Like I said, that Elekid, that's just like everybody's like, well, why would I ever do 30 to the there? That's why.
Right
it's like you're gonna push that thing to that bench, and then
attack for free for 30 to the bench.
Yeah. and it'll be gone.
Or
right?
the Hitman. There's a Hitmonchan too.
Yeah.
It does 30 damage or whatever if it gets hit. If there's something like that or whatever, so like if the Budu hits you, it'll actually knock it out.
There's Haluchas. There's the Halucha that places,
That's
you
like
know,
10 damage counters.
onto two different things
Right,
though.
yeah.
So you could, you could Halucha engine and just go. boop, boop,
Halucha
boop.
engine!
They're both dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Take two.
Yield deluxe bomb. Bring that back.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. Fine.
Does Deluxe Bomb say from an opponent's attack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it does. So it has to be you can't attach Deluxe Bomb to one of your own Pokemon, blow it up, and then go and now this. Okay, damn, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it
That
has
would
to
be
an
cool.
attack.
Okay, all right, scratch that then. Kamikaze deck can't happen.
Yeah.
Just quad Dust Noir.
Yeah.
Pidgeot.
Yeah.
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 Keep recycling.
Moving on from Pokemon.
Yeah.
This weekend. I thought you were going to go into Lorcan. I'm sorry.
This table, honestly, respectfully, no disrespect,
Mhm.
does this table care that much about Magic?
Magic?
Oh, is there a
Because
new set?
Innistrad came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we care so much that I forgot about it as a game store owner to talk about it last week. I mean, I didn't forget about it. We had it. It was on shelves. It's it sold really well. I mean, Innistrad's like it's a remaster set, so it's like not a new.
Isn't it mostly reprints?
It's all reprinted cards. So it's all reprinted cards. Think of like what we get with a collector set in the Pokemon space. Okay. It's kind of similar to that in the sense where like, hey, these are cards that people really liked from this particular... Magic's like lore-wise just fragmented into a billion and one different places now, right? And so like Innistrad is an area that's like overwhelmed and consumed with like vampires and zombies and like all that sort of stuff, right? Or werewolves. And so we had Crimson Vow and Midnight something or another. They're escaping me like
cool name.
3 years ago. 2 years ago.
Midnight something or other.
Midnight something or another. That was all like vampires and werewolves, right?
Every time you say werewolf, I'm fighting the urge. Every time, like,
let it out, big dog.
It's out.
So Innistrad remastered visits that space and then really looks at like all the competitive meta cards that came from there and all the cool ones and all that sort of stuff. And then the collector stuff gives people, arts and all that sort of stuff. So
what's the main point of the set then if it's all reprints? Just because they look better, or is there any like different arts or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, there are reprints of the same arts, new arts inside of the collectors, or new finishes inside of that sort of stuff, right? Yeah. So like hollow versions of full arts that maybe didn't exist, or getting people new access to them. Okay. It's like hey, if you're new to Magic, it's also really a good way. Like, oh, you're new to Magic, you didn't get any of the like Crimson Vow stuff or any of that. The last time I was out, here it all is in another set. Right. Kind of one more time before like that stuff goes away. Okay. Right? Yeah. So it's a cool way for them to do that. But it's not like Aether Drift will come out in like 3 weeks and that's a new set. Right. That's like new cards, new, new Magic stuff. And so it is cool. I mean, especially if you like vampires, if you're into the whole vampire thing. Yeah.
I love vampires.
Yeah, everybody likes vampires. Vampires are so hot right now. Vampires.
Don't speak for all of them.
What style of vampire are we like? If you had to set yourself into a vampire movie, which vampire would you be? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up watching Buffy.
Okay.
So that's fair.
So there's that, but also like of course it's like the Witcher 3's whole spiel of different vampires.
Yeah.
What did you just fucking say?
What'd you say?
Now we gotta fucking fight. God.
What happened? What happened?
Twilight.
Oh, Twilight. Oh.
What the fuck?
So
I played Witcher 3 on Death March.
And you
Twilight?
I'm sorry.
I will never live this down.
I mean, should I just go into like a whole fucking launch about all of the vampires that I love from The Witcher 3, or just tell you there's a bunch of different variants that I love all of? You know that scene where he goes, "There's a Bruxer in the house." Yeah. So like those are the best. They're fucking great. And they're so much fun to fight, and they're so cool. But yeah, I love all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, Witcher.
But not fucking Twilight. Jesus.
You wouldn't want to live in that world.
Everybody's glittery.
Very glittery.
I can't watch.
I've actually never consumed anything Twilight. Like, I mean, obviously,
I watched
I'm on the.
I mean,
my wife is very into the books.
Let me be really.
So she did like the movies, and I watched them over her shoulder.
Let me be candid. I read the books in high school because all of my friends were like, "Yeah, I read Twilight books," so I did.
Yeah.
And I was like, "They're badly written."
It's like YA stuff, right? Like
Yeah,
it's like
it's
YA
YA
romance.
Which like
fiction,
I love YA
Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah.
But
Me too, my brain is
Like I understand Jacob is the vampire, Edward is the other way around. Okay, Edward.
Cancel.
No, listen, I'm not being fucking grandpa for a reason here. Like I mean, I only.
Edward is the sparkly vampire Batman.
Okay. I promise you, like I've only interacted with them.
Oh no!
A backlight.
It's all right.
You fucking talking.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Have vampires like
Yeah. Oh shit!
You're talking about sparkly vampires.
Listen, I would be willing to bet real money.
Yeah.
I beat the shit out of Edward. I'll die on that hill.
Okay.
I read the book.
Okay.
I watched the first movie.
Okay.
That's all I got in terms of lore.
But that's enough.
I'll beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
He don't want that smoke from me.
Yeah. I mean, you already established. Okay. You establish you as a vampire is a blade.
For sure.
Okay. I don't think anybody's in object to the concept, and I know nothing about these characters. But
I was talking about Tremaine.
Okay. Right. I'm saying, but. Right.
Me right now.
You right now. You zero vampire.
He strolled down the steps.
You
You're
zero.
gonna kick his ass
Zero
right now.
Zero vampire. But
Like surprise, motherfucker.
What the fuck going on with you? You know what I'm saying?
you just punch him once and he'd be down. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I really literally know nothing about how they've set up the vampires in that, so that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they just high schoolers? They, I do know that they can be out in the daylight, and I don't even know how that's a vampire, you know.
I feel like I need to phone a friend. I have a few friends that maybe can answer this question.
Yeah.
Should I call them?
No, it's
Well,
okay.
not true.
I don't.
What is your vampire word?
Yes, please.
I mean, huh? Underworld counts.
I
Underworld
do
counts.
love-
It was okay. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I mean, I like. If I had to pick, I'd be somewhere in between Blade and Buffy, honestly.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's probably where we all stand.
Yeah. Let's just go with Bluffy.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite vampire stuff though is the What We Do in the Shadows stuff. Like, I mean, like I can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Dang it, dude! Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
I was just thinking
I
thinking
forgot.
badass like vampire
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
slaying
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I think
Well,
we
Blade
got too
is
much doom in our system
Blade is
right
my
now.
favorite movie in existence.
I do love.
Well, yeah, and listen. If I've got to be the vampire, I
Sure.
would want to. I don't want to be a bumbling idiot.
What? You don't want to be Laszlo?
I don't- Maybe Laszlo. Real talk. The V Rising game that I was playing.
Oh, yeah.
My vampire's name is Normal. First name Normal. Second name Guy. And uh-oh.
That's not great.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Open input list.
Oh fuck.
Pause. We can read there. We can.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We up.
Did it like go to sleep? Yes.
Yeah.
Is
It
still
did, but
recording?
it's still going. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
The network got that.
Never got that.
Nothing
Yeah,
happened.
I have no. I don't understand how that happened, but
No recollection of the last 40 seconds.
yeah.
I brought out whooping over Edward's ass.
Yeah, we had
Immediately
Maybe there
canceled.
is a
Got it.
vampire.
Oh shoot! Yeah, like
As long as it's not Edward, it'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh wait,
yeah.
no, your name, Normal.
Normal. Yeah. So his first name Normal, second space Guy.
Normal guy.
And then in the game, you can like capture humans and then turn them into vampires and make them go out on quests for you.
Okay.
And so Jackie Daytona is my first is my first one.
He's got a toothpick.
Yeah. The comedy of it is that my guy's name is Normal Space Guy. My horse, you turn a horse into a vampire horse, and his name is Normal Space Horse. And my house floats 3 stories into the air, and you don't get to name your house, but conceptually, like you're trying to fit in around, and
so it's
then,
normal house.
Yeah, it's a normal. This is a normal house.
So it's normal house.
I'm just a normal guy doing normal guy things, living in my normal house.
What, your house doesn't float?
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, if I had to live in a vampire world, I would want to live in the What We Do in the Shadows vampire world, because that's fucking.
I mean, technically, it's less scary than the Blade world, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Blade seems like a good time.
Yeah, being Blade seems like a good time.
Yeah.
Does it?
I actually really want to be Blade. Hear me out.
Okay.
I want to be Whistler.
Okay.
Whistler fucking kicks ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whistler. So, but there was also there was another you had the Lorcana this weekend.
Set championship.
Oh
yes.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
That was a long time. I was
Well,
there
now
for half of
people
that
know we
fucking
record
shit.
this on Monday. I don't know.
Oh fuck.
I've ruined it.
Oh, shit.
why would you do
I know.
that? It's
What do you mean we're
it's
not
such
releasing it the same day we recorded?
Yeah, I know.
it's critically important information that you've just given the whole
I
fucking
know.
world.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe it.
Oh
I
my
don't even know
God.
the location. I didn't know the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. Don't give any ideas.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Sunday, Lorcana
Was
Set
good.
Championships.
Yeah, it was
It was
good.
good,
It was
yeah.
good. Yeah.
How was the turnout?
Okay.
Yeah.
Not nearly as good as other ones we've ran. But there was a lot of competition. Apparently that I was unaware of. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think that they were on the schedule when I booked mine.
Yeah. I don't believe
so.
so.
Because I searched for which days and if anybody else was having one, and then obviously we play really well with the other place that plays Lorcana in town.
Okay.
And so we talked and made sure that we were either going to do back to back, and we just kind of like did weekend. We went first, and then they're doing theirs next weekend.
Yeah.
Which I think is better, because I think asking a lot of a similar player base to go like Saturday and Sunday, getting away from family or partners or whatever, is a big question.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had a lot of our regular players went. But that being said, like we do have some of the like most competitive players in the area that play here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I talked to a few people that like specifically were just like, I haven't gotten my set championship yet, and I didn't think I was going to, with, XYZ players being there, right? I just assumed, and so, but I think that's okay. I would like to see Lorcana maybe consider more of the Pokemon. Well, they don't really have their regional scene like up and running, or their world scene up and running yet. Like they've done a few of them.
Yes, they've done some,
but it's not like as frequent or as accessible.
Right.
And so the set championships are like one of the bigger competitive stages right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I get why they're like limiting them to 3 weeks and all that sort of stuff. I think end state, though, these set championships that are happening at a local level need to be ran a little bit more like the cups in Pokemon, where like, hey, you get one per quarter and you can do it any time in that quarter. Because right now, with basically every store running Lorcana that can, right? When you take how many LGSs there are in a greater area like Cleveland, right? I mean, 3 weekends is not a lot of weekends for us to all divvy up, right? It's 6 total days for probably 40, 50 stores to try and we're all going to counterbook each other, right? Where in the Pokemon space, it's a lot easier, right? We have, because they have to be on the weekend too.
Right.
So, and Pokemon doesn't even have that, like you can run your cup in the evening if you want to, right? And so like, I mean, there's a lot of forced competition when you say it's one of these 6 days, go. Really hard for everybody not to compete. And a little bit of competition's good, but players having to choose like, oh man, like I'd like to go to both of these, but they're on the same day.
Right,
Feels bad. It's got that like Warped Tour vibe, where it's it's like, oh shit, the two bands I came to see are playing at the exact same time at different stages,
Yep.
And so sometimes there's too much of a good thing in a condensed period of time.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, play wise, it was cool. Everybody who came out was awesome. I'm really proud of like the communities that come out and play here.
So what was the prize?
The prize is so they get mats, and then they get a enchanted card. So they get a full art. So
it's enchanted, but it also has the promotional tag.
Right.
So it's not like an enchant. It's not the same as a enchanted that you could just pull from a box. There is a different.
Yeah.
It's got a different like bottom stamp on it. No, sorry.
My bad.
Like it's as close of what you'll have in Pokemon to Special Illustration Rare is an enchanted. So it's a holo foil, but it has an alternative art.
Gotcha.
And they are by rarity the pull rates are they're much more difficult. And typically, and there's usually a set number of chosen enchanted cards in any given set for Lorcana. But then they pick one to make the set champs recognized card. And so first place gets a mat that literally says champion.
Nice.
Second place gets that same mat but without the champion verbiage.
Yeah.
And then and then it's 1 through 8 all get that. If they go to the top card. 8, they get the card.
Okay. That's sick.
And then we did.
Yeah, we did. So we did. First place got a full box. Second place got a half a box. Third and fourth got like a little over a quarter of a box. And obviously then their cards. And then 6 through 8 got like their entry fee and packs back. Everybody got their entry fee and packs back, basically. Yeah. But then 5th through 8th got their cards and their entry fee back in packs. Yeah. And then we tend to, as a shop, take a lot of the prizing that like other shops put into your placement and then raffle it off. So like you're always getting your money back out of playing here, and then you're always getting a good deal out of placing, right? Like if you're top 4, like you made your money and some back. But then we also take we raffle off every one of our set championships. We raffle off a pre-order for the next set. Yep. Okay. So a free box from the next set. Oh, we raffle off. We usually raffle off a box of the previous set. Since winning is this set, it would feel weird to say okay. Also you can raffle and get the grand prize. Yeah. Right. So we did a raffle of the previous set, and then we did a trove, and then we did a couple of packs of the current set. Right. And so we just, as you guys are aware, when we do a Pokemon raffle, Paul, go up, grab the thing that you want first, right? But what was really cool, I don't know if you guys saw in the Discord, but what was really cool is both the boxes we gave away had enchanteds in them.
Oh, nice.
So the Shimmering Skies had the Robin Hood in it.
Cool.
And then the box that Bobby won. So Bobby has won 2 boxes from here, and both of the boxes that he's won from here have had enchanteds in them.
Yeah,
that's right. We got the best boxes.
No, it's just funny, weird. Yeah. It's just very funny, weird luck. And we gave away 2 boxes. Grand total, we gave away 4 boxes, but from different cases and all sorts of stuff. And so. And different even sets. So we gave away 4 boxes, and 2 of those boxes had enchanteds in them. And you're talking about something that's 1 every 2-ish cases usually. Yeah. So
that's pretty good.
Awesome.
So yeah,
very awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But great turnout. Some really good games. Some really really good games. When we came down to the best of 3 format, saw some really cool stuff. One of the players that plays here, and we'll be editing those and. Getting some play-by-play commentary put over them, and so those will go up probably next week in their finished format. But we're going to do the semifinal and the championship format that way, and so everybody will see Nick and Bobby's final match. And Nick they play very different types of decks, which is really cool.
It was really cool to watch because I've seen them play each other before too, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And what's so interesting with that matchup, in my opinion, is that it really could be anybody's game.
Yeah.
Because the objective for Bobby is to outpace you in earning points.
Okay.
And also keep things off of your board.
Yeah.
And Nick's objective is to squash your board and build his little empire. It's kind of like that ramp deck we were talking concept. It's a ramp. It's ramp, and it's and there was a shared color between the two of the decks. So, and his objective is to like have no points and then have 19.
Right. Yeah.
And we saw that in action.
Yeah.
And every time, seriously, you look and you're like, oh, Nick's about to lose, and then he does something and goes, I won. And so that matchup, because of the style of the two, so he plays with blue and steel always. I see him play with sapphire steel. And his ramp is really interesting because a lot of the time people really aren't paying attention to characters. And all of his characters, basically, other than to rack him really big points, existing does damage.
Okay.
So he plays cards that just stack dealing out damage, and then really big hefty ones to keep that one that deals out damage alive.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's an interesting matchup. It's either can Bobby outrun him, or can he ramp fast enough to keep up with Bobby. And so Nick and Bobby's matchup is very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And right alongside that, there was a match. I think the game 2 matchup was Nick took and like Bobby it was like 12-0, and Nick takes a turn that's like 9 points. So Bobby's still in the lead, and he goes, I concede. And like, because that's the way the deck works, right? Is like whatever that 9-point switch was also altered his board in a way that was like, you're not catching up.
I got a 1, a 6, an 8, a 9, a 3. I win.
Yeah. And so really cool back and forth mechanics. And then, and so that, again, everybody was talking about red purple going to these set championships. Everybody was talking about red purple going in these championships, and we had a blue steel and a blue gray and a yellow gray deck at the championship table. And I don't think we actually had we had a red purple.
Red purple was in top 4.
Yeah.
Yep. It was top 4 was 2 very similar decks to one another, both gray, yellow.
Yeah.
And then gray, blue.
Yeah.
And then purple, red.
Purple. Yeah. And so, I mean, I think meta exists. I understand that, but especially at local levels, we're seeing, and at the regional levels, we're seeing, that not be so unshakable. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. Yeah.
I am glad to hear that, y'all.
Yeah.
Glad y'all had fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't pull up to get pizza.
Pizza, yeah. It was very threatening at one point in time. The Deku Cats got coming at us.
It's my favorite email from when I was a streamer.
We made affiliate on Twitch. I didn't say that, but
I'm proud of you.
we did. Yeah.
I subbed.
Yeah,
I gifted a sub.
Yeah, I saw.
Would have gifted another one. Somebody would play
Cusco. Well, yeah, we're on to our 10 sub creep. I think we're already 7 in, which is cool.
Yeah.
So,
you got my Prime sub at least.
Yeah,
it's there.
Hey, it works.
So that
I don't know how any of that works. Yeah, but yeah.
That means this means that's a perfect time for Mr. Engagement.
Okay.
Mr. Engagement.
Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel on YouTube and the Twitch now. SideQuest Games.
Yep.
This has been your boy, him, Tremaine Labs, on all social media. Follow me. I'm going for all the engagement.
It's very threatening. The pocket guns.
I got a lot of. I'm like a GTA character.
Okay.
Just coming out of nowhere.
Tremaine Labs, Mr. Engagement. Did I even have a?
You did.
You did.
I don't know.
Mr. Forgot his name.
Mr.
Again. I forgot my name. It's been your boy. Everybody say goodbye, dog.
All right.
Bye.
Turn it off.